Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker. Well, we're going to talk about open bidding. It's a very fresh topic. We're basically April 21st, 2022 right now, and there was some information that was communicated yesterday about this. And I'm sure as the days and months and weeks go along, we're going to probably see some more information come out about this. So really, we've been informed that sellers starting next year will have an option of doing open bidding versus closed bidding. Now, open and close very quickly to you guys. The process that we have currently is called closed bidding, okay? So basically, if we get into a multiple offer situation, everyone is going to submit their offers and they're not going to know what the other offers are. Only the seller is going to know what the offers are. And there's certain things that can happen on that end where you could try to maybe work the offers against each other to try to come up with a better price, or there is some room over there, and there is some darkness on the buyers because they don't know if they're paying too much or they've gone into it. It becomes a very tricky situation at that point. So that's closed bidding. Open bidding would be basically what it sounds like. It would be essentially like an auction. So no one really knows how this is going to end up working. From what I understand right now is that there is going to be some type of a software or an online portal that is going to be developed for this open bidding process. And likely what would end up happening is people that property is marketed, agents that want to, submit an offer for their client would probably log into a portal. They would upload their offer, I'm assuming, and their offer price, and that would be displayed to everybody else that's actually interested and in the bidding process to see where the next bid is at. In general, that's the open bidding. What we don't know is how that process is actually going to work. Is it going to be a portal? What information is going to be uploaded about the offer as well? Guys, we need to understand, price, of course, is a major factor of the offer, okay? But there's a lot of other components that are going to make up the offer, okay? Such as, how much deposit are you leaving? What's your closing date? Do you have any financing or home inspection conditions? If it's a condo, do you have a status certificate condition? Are they going to display all of these things? I feel like if you're going to go into open bidding, you're going to have to, so everybody knows what the other offer is. And then how do you evaluate someone having a condition and a higher price without somebody having a lower price and no conditions? These are things that are still going to have to be worked out with. Now, we've been through, I would say almost, or if not over 100 multiple offer situations I've probably been in. I want to say over 100 multiple offer situations, both on the buyer and seller side. So what I've noticed anyways from my seller side is this. Most of the time, all of the offers kind of are in a similar ballpark. It's not to say if you get 10 offers, they're all going to be in a similar ballpark. But what ends up happening is that if you get 10 offers, 2 to 3 of them at the higher end are going to be very, 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 very close to each other, okay? Now, in a closed bid, you could try to send everybody back and you could try to see who's going to improve and how that works. But should they have known the number, do you think somebody might come up an extra $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000? We've heard a lot of times, even sometimes from buyer agents or our buyers themselves, that say, oh, that property went for $1,225. Well, we would have paid $1,250 for it. I mean, when we're going through this process, we try to use wording in a way to kind of explore this option that could happen and make sure that they're not going to be regretful when it does happen. But, once something does formalize, you always feel differently about it. So we try to avoid it. But this way, if that buyer was willing to pay extra, they would have been able to do it right then and there based on knowing. Because if you're going in blind, you don't know if that other offer is already at 1.3, if you're going too high. So at least this way may add a little bit more comfort. Like I said, most of the offers do come in kind of around a similar range, but there have been a little bit more than a handful of situations where we've got 3 or 4 offers. And honestly, 2 of the offers out of the 3 are pretty bad. And 1 offer just comes in and blows it out of the water. So you got to try to manage that somehow and not lose it either. But that could be something that could be fixed through open bidding as well. Now, that would definitely benefit the buyer, but not so much the seller. Ultimately, what is my opinion about this open bidding? I think it's a good option. You know what? I think the more choices we have, the more open the market becomes. And I think that we do need a little bit more transparency during the transaction. Now, overall, I think it's a good thing, okay? Because that's what people want, especially the buyers. Buyers want more transparency in the transaction. But what I can warn you against is this, in my opinion, This is the government basically saying this is the way they want it to happen, and you think you're going to save money and keep prices down based on this. But what I think is going to happen is you're actually going to see price increases based on this, because when I tell you 3 of the offers out of the 10 are playing at the same number, and one person is going to get that, possibly without the chance of improving their offer. And if there was a live bid, I bet you these guys would go up 5 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, and it would keep happening. And I bet you the seller would have ended up with a higher price in an open bid situation. So, I essentially think that it is coming out because that's what the general public wants, and the government is trying to deliver on that. Overall, for housing prices, I don't think it's going to be a good situation. The only thing we could do is wait and see. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I want your opinion, okay? What do you guys think about open bidding? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? Should we just keep it closed? If you were a seller and you had an option of open bidding and closed bidding, which one would you choose? Let me know. Until next time, guys, remember one thing. Get Cabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.